So there is need for you not to spend time in some other tasks that are not as important as this task. And which other task am I talking about? Like the Hi guys, Juliet here from English Prep Class. If you're new here, my name is Juliet. I'm a PTE tutor, and all I basically do is help you pass your PTE exam by teaching you tricks and strategies that makes it easy for you so that you get that score that you need. And if you are a returning subscriber, it's good to have you back. You're the awesome person here. Okay, so today's video, we're talking about poor time management in Write-From-Dictation. Write-From-Dictation is the last task in your listening module. Imagine PTE put that task as the last task you will do in the exam because they know how important that task is. And I keep getting feedback like, oh, is there a task like that in the exam? Or I just did one or two of them. I mean, if you fall within this category, then this video is for you. Write-From-Dictation is a very important task of the PTE exam, especially the most important in your listening module. For me, if you ask me very well, I'll say to you that this task is the most important task in the entire exam. However, it's one of the important tasks in the PTE exam. This task will add significant scores to your writing and your listening. Remember that for the PTE writing, the tasks that make up the PTE writing do not contribute a lot of scores to your PTE writing. So PTE writing would need to get scores from other modules, and this module, Write-From-Dictation, or this task, Write-From-Dictation, will add conspicuous scores or significant scores to your PTE writing. Now, in the exam, there are about 3 or 4 of these tasks in the exam. So when you tell me that you didn't do this task, oh my God, I feel so sad because this task is a very important task that will boost your writing score as well as your listening score. So it's almost the last task that you see before the exam finishes. This task, what happens in it is you would hear an audio and you're expected to type in the space given what you heard the audio say. Remember, it's a listening task, so it's basically listening. That's what you would do in the listening task. So you would hear the audio say something, and you know what? The audio says that just once. So you have to really pay close attention so that you know what you hear what the audio said, so that you can type it in the given box, and that's it. Now, why am I talking about poor time management? This is because a lot of people miss this task on the day of the exam, or as they are doing this task, their time goes up. Yeah, this means that they have spent more time in some other tasks that may not be as important as this task. When I started this video, I said that this task is the most important task in your listening section or in your listening module. So there is need for you not to spend time in some other tasks that are not as important as this task. And which other task am I talking about? Like the multiple choice, choose single answer, or the multiple choice, choose multiple answers. Do not spend a lot of time trying to figure out the answers in those tasks I have mentioned. Just go ahead, pick any of the answers and move on so that you can save time and do this other task before the exam finishes. Write-From-Dictation is a very important task, meaning that if you do not do it, you will not get the score that you need. I mean, if you're looking for band 9, which is like 79, that is the highest score in the PTE. Also, if you miss 1 or 2 of these tasks in the exam, just kiss 79 goodbye. Yeah, because you're not going to get band 79 or plus 79 as the case may be. So there's need for you to plan towards how to go about this task in the exam day. Now, scoring. How will you be scored for this task? Partial scoring applies here. Partial scoring is one kind of scoring you see in the PTE. This means that you will not entirely fill a complete sentence or a complete number of that kind of question. If you write out the sentence the way you heard it, and then you make a mistake in your spelling, then partial scoring will really affect you. This means that you just get some scores and not the entire score. But if you write out the sentence exactly the way you heard it, starting with a capital letter and ending with a full stop, then you get the full score that you'll need in the exam. Now, this is how you go about this task. Once the audio begins, remember in the PTE, you're given a notepad and pencils. So if I were you, I would take down the sentence I will hear the audio say. Remember, this audio doesn't repeat twice. So immediately the audio starts, I'll begin to write down exactly what I heard. Now, it may not be the full word. What do I mean? that it could be in short forms or in shorthand. For instance, how we write SMS to our friends or loved ones. Maybe if we want to write THE, there we can put D, that's the alphabet D, just to be fast in writing. So just write out those words you heard the audio say. Then immediately you finish writing it, then you begin to type it into the space given for that particular task in the exam. But before you get to this point, I would appreciate if you take out time to practice a lot of these tasks on the day of your exam. This is because Pearson repeats some of their questions on exam day. So the more you practice, the easier it becomes for you to understand or to grab whatever it is the audio says. So try to write out the answers first on your erasable notepad with the help of your pencil. Then you begin to type in the given space. Remember, just type first, then you begin to make corrections on what you have written. Check out for spelling, check out for grammar. And another thing that was so surprising today, when I looked at the score guide for Pearson, I found out that the sequence in which you write out these words that make up the sentence is very important. The sequence, when I mean sequence, I mean the order in which you write it out. So if they said the building is behind the cafeteria, you should write it that same way you heard it. You cannot write the cafeteria is behind the building, because if you do, as long as Pearson is concerned, you have missed the sequence in which you're supposed to write it. So it's very important you write out the sentence you heard just the way you heard it. Okay, so in the case where you missed out one or two words, just go ahead and still write out the ones you are able to grab. Type it out in the given space on the exam, like on the question. And then even if you have made a mistake, you only end up not getting the entire score, but at least you will get some scores for that particular question that you missed. Remember, you're given 3 or 4 of this question on exam day. So there is need for you to write out these questions you hear and then type them correctly. Please do not miss out on any one of the questions, especially if you're aiming for +79. Yeah, because it will boost your writing score and it also boosts your listening score. But if you miss out on any of the question, then you won't get band +79 or band 8 or 9, as the case may be. Okay, so this brings me to the end of the video. Have you followed me on Instagram yet? My handle is English_prep class, and I'm on Facebook at English Prep Class. Remember to hit the subscribe button in this video if you have not started following me yet. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.